Hey everybody, this is TotalGamerJunkie. I want to welcome you all back to my channel. So we got a new Max and Amanda scene, and I'd like to discuss it all with you. Now if you haven't seen it, I'm going to quickly play it and then we're going to discuss it.
I like them. Always have. So, I don't know, tactile. Looking through the viewfinder, holding the photo in your hands, it feels more real.
So we get a nice little shot of Max and Amanda there. Max talking about her photography, why she loves Polaroid cameras. And that's one of the things I'm kicking myself now because I didn't realize it earlier, because there's an earlier scene, it's right in the it's in the reveal stream where you see that Max takes a photo of Amanda, and here you can see that Max is using a Polaroid camera, which is like, I kind of kick myself for stuff like this when it's right in front of me and I can't see it. But this Polaroid camera raises a few questions. First of all, is this Williams? Now I can tell you 100% no, this is not Williams, as I immediately compared the shots with this Polaroid camera with Williams' Polaroid camera that Chloe gives to Max towards the end of episode 1. And as you can see right here, the two Polaroids look completely different. But wait a minute, why is Max using a Polaroid camera at all? Doesn't she have a new digital camera? And you know it's digital because just look at the thing, it looks like something Peter Parker would take photos with. But what's interesting is I think that the reason Max has this new Polaroid camera is because history is repeating itself. And what I mean is, if you remember in Life is Strange 1, the reason Chloe gives Max her father's camera is because her camera ends up getting destroyed by Nathan. And when Max takes a picture of the owl, what happens? She passes out, but she drops the camera first. And I think what's happened here is the second she dropped it, she's broken the camera, which obviously if a camera like that breaks from a little fall, it's a shit brand, like I certainly wouldn't get it. But I think what happens is the camera breaks, and so Max has to use a Polaroid camera. And so we'll just be going around taking pictures with a Polaroid camera. And I truly believe that depending on what ending we get determines what Polaroid camera Max will be using. So if Chloe is alive, Max will still be using William's camera as a substitute. And if Chloe's dead, she'll be using a new Polaroid camera. Now, that is a little bit of a pickle there, as we know that if we choose to sacrifice Chloe, then Max's camera will never get destroyed. But to be fair, if we choose to sacrifice Chloe, we only get snippets of what happens in this new timeline. So perhaps Max's camera could have gotten destroyed, or maybe she turns in that camera and gets a new Polaroid camera that's better. I'm not a camera whiz, so I don't know how you improve on Polaroid cameras and whatnot. But this could be, okay, she got rid of her old Polaroid camera and she's using this new one she bought. Yet if she has William's camera, she's not going to throw that away and get something better, because unlike the other camera, this holds sentimental value to both her and Chloe. So Max has to be a real dickbag to just chuck it. So I think she maybe stores it somewhere safe, and then decides to take it. Then decides to take it out after her camera gets destroyed. And I don't think it's just a camera. I want to give a quick shout out to this commenter made a comment ages ago. I forget your name, but he pointed out that maybe Max's guitar will change depending on what ending we get, because we see Max here playing a guitar in Life is Strange 1. Then in Double Exposure, we see a guitar in the background of the Chloe Polaroid. And you can see towards where the circle is, the dark part of the guitar, you notice it's a bit different. Now, whether or not this is the same guitar, I don't know, because on the one hand, the Polaroid's blocking the part of the guitar where Max's is, where you have those little floral prints. So I can't say for sure if this is the same one or maybe it's an updated model. But if it's two different guitars based on what ending we get, I think that's pretty cool. Now, getting back to the Polaroid camera, it would make a lot of sense for Max to be using a Polaroid camera instead of her new fancy one, as if you'll take a look at the photo wall, you see that most of the photos up there are Polaroids, with the exception of a few, one of them being the one with Chloe and Max, and the other ones you'll see that a few of them, they're not Polaroid cameras. They look like the one with Max and Chloe, where I mean is they're more rectangular and not square. So why is this? Well, I actually have I'm actually going to talk about this a lot in another video, but a user on X called Kino, we were talking about certain theories that I do want to cover in a later video. As I said, don't want to spoil it, but we ended up talking about Sophie's camera and photos on it, and so I think that, because we know Sophie dies with her camera in her hand, so could it be that these photos, the rectangular ones, are of places Sophie took, and will we be possibly exploring them? Maybe, I'm not too sure, but it's very interesting if you think about it, because it would explain why, and I'm going to mention this in another video as well, it would explain why Max's place gets ransacked. It could be that maybe she has Sophie's camera, and the killer, because Sophie dies with her camera, so could it be that Sophie took a picture of the killer, or had some incriminating evidence on the camera that Max ends up taking? That'd be very interesting, but as I said, I'm going to be discussing these things in other videos. This is just about the Polaroid camera. Well, this video isn't just about the Polaroid camera. We want to know when this scene with Max and Amanda takes place. I do believe, as I said, when Max's camera breaks, she uses William's old one, or possibly this new one, depending on what ending you get, so we can say with 100% certainty this takes place after Sophie's death. Whether or not it's in the original timeline or the new one is difficult to say. Now, I do believe this place is Amanda's, because I now know where Max stays, and that's going to be covered in another video, but I have a pretty good idea of what her exterior and interior home looks like. So this place right here, I do believe it's Amanda's, and who knows, possibly Max, when her place gets ransacked, she may be in the original timeline, maybe she stays with Amanda, and in the alternate timeline she's still staying at her place because it has been ransacked. Well, anyway, that's the end of this video. I do hope you all enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments what you think below. You think I'm onto something? You think I'm just talking out my ass? I value your comments, because if I'm going to keep making good content, I need to know you're liking the content. This is TotalGamerJunkie, signing off.